A new IHSAA rule barring two DeKalb High School athletes from taking part in a sport that they love. This ruling restricts athletes in wheelchairs from participating because they can no longer be pushed in unified track meets. Fox 55's Kelsey Mannix is live in the studio tonight with more details on how this rule impacts the team and how their community is rallying behind them. Kelsey.
Yeah, Chris, Rachel Holsinger is in a wheelchair and she's nonverbal, and she can't move the chair herself, so she relies on teammate Landon Armstrong to push her in the 100-meter sprint. And that's been fine for the last 3 years until last week when they found out about a new IHSAA rule that now bans this, preventing them from competing. Now, parents, students, coaches, and more are advocating for Rachel and Landon to have one final season competing together. Go, Rachel! Rachel Holsinger and Landon Armstrong still showed up to track practice today, even though they can't compete together this season. Rachel's mother, Mimi, wants to know why they found out about the IHSAA decision after the team started practicing.
I was stunned, and then very upset, and then angry, kind of all the emotions.
It's hitting the team hard, too. Coach Carol Fike especially.
I mean, I was just genuinely upset because just Landon and Rachel always have been like the heart and soul of our team, and so it kind of hit me pretty hard.
The duo has been racing together since 2019, and Landon loves seeing the joy on Rachel's face every time they run.
Just her excitement, and it's just like not having that anymore is just, it's not fair to her.
Landon's mom, Valerie, says she's always proud of her son when he competes, but volunteering to help Rachel was different.
When he did this, it was another level, and it was really neat to see the relationship he developed with Rachel.
She can't move by herself, so for that 15 to 20 seconds that they're racing down the track, I mean, she is kicking, she is squealing. It just looks like she's having the time of her life.
The rule change has been a conversation for about a year, according to IHSAA Commissioner Paul Neidig, after another unified track athlete in Indiana fell out of a wheelchair during a race. He said safety and liability were the main reasons behind the decision.
We do not want to exclude. I mean, it's especially in a unified program. Being inclusive is something that unified represents, and we agree with that. But we've got to be safe for everybody involved.
Landon says he always keeps safety in mind before pushing Rachel.
I have just recently learned all the safety checks that they have in place.
She's got 4 straps up here.
Even though they won't be allowed to compete in their first meet Wednesday, Landon and Rachel will still show up, just like they did today.
Keep trying until they let us run.
And support their teammates just as they've done for them the past 3 years. And I also spoke to the superintendent of DeKalb County Central United School District, Steve Teeters, who sent a letter to the IHSAA advocating for Rachel and Landon to compete. He also said he had a conversation with Neidig, and they ultimately had to agree to disagree. And now Neidig told me a wheelchair that's safe for competition would have a lower center of gravity than, for example, the one Rachel currently uses. And Mimi said she reached out to Indiana Disability Rights to see if anything can be done legally in this situation. I reached out to them for a statement, and I did not hear back. Reporting live in the studio, I'm Kelsey Mannix, Fox 55 News.